Have you ever stopped to think about the fans behind a band? What is it about the music that keeps fans coming back for more? Or is there more? My name is Renae Lipsmeyer, and I am the host of this podcast, The Space Between Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the fans of the Dave Matthews Band. Each week, a fellow DMB fan joins the show to discuss their journey with the band. Welcome to the Space Between Podcast. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Space Between Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the fans of a band that literally just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And so if you've never listened to this podcast before, I and my guests are going to talk about one band. We may talk about other music because music is a beautiful thing in general, but we're going to talk about our favorite band, and that is the Dave Matthews Band. So every episode, I invite a fan of the Dave Matthews Band to come on the show to talk about their journey. When did they meet this band? Why are they still listening to it? There's a lot of crazy things that go on when you're a fan of the Dave Matthews Band. So the stories are very unique. Each person's story is just, I don't know how else to describe it, except they're all so very different, but yet it all stems from one thing. And so if you've never listened to an episode before, I invite you. There's literally like 150 episodes, which is, I can't even believe I'm saying that because that's crazy. I didn't even think I could make it to 10, but I did it. And so this episode is just like every episode. I have not one, but two guests on my show. So you're getting a 2-for-1 here. So it's like listening to two episodes in one, which is great. So I have two guests. So I'm going to ask, let's see, tell the listeners who you are and where do you guys live?
I'm MJ.
My name's Al.
And we're in Middletown, Connecticut.
Middletown, Connecticut. So is that in the middle of Connecticut? I don't know. It is.
Pretty
much. Also, the name is like pretty straight on. Like, we shall call this Middleton. I'm like, okay, that's the middle of the state. Well, awesome. You know, I've never been to Connecticut. What was that?
Oh
no, Hartford is our home venue.
Yeah, it's a very pretty state.
Oh, Hartford. Yeah. I want to go. I do. I want to go. It's very far from where I live. I want to go to every state. It takes time and money, and those things are sometimes very hard to come by, right? Well, guys, welcome to the show. Obviously, we know we're going to talk about loving the Dave Matthews Band, but tell the listeners something else about you. Like, what do you guys enjoy doing outside of the band?
We have 2 dogs. We have 2 cats. We enjoy our family. We have 2 grandchildren.
I was just going to say, he leaves them for last.
2 dogs at the very
I like
end.
being the coolest
2 grandchildren
around.
You probably are the coolest granny around. I mean, as we go into, like, when we say things like the band is over 30 years old, we know we have also aged in that same amount of time. And so a lot of us are in that time where we're grandparents now. It's taken us so many people from like their literal childhood through grandparenthood, which is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And where it shows,
tell
and we
me,
see all the older folks.
Yeah.
And then we realize we are those older folks.
Now we are.
Yeah, you know, my daughter literally says that Dave Matthews Band is music for moms and dads, but she hasn't got to grandmas and grandpas yet. So I guess I need to update her. Actually, more of a grandma grandpa kind of situation. But hey, I don't think that anybody in the band is a grandparent yet, not to my knowledge. Do y'all know?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, the only one that I don't know a lot about in general, well, is not that I've done research on them, but like I've been like,
and I was going to say,
that sounds weird.
anybody,
I'm like,
That would be
Let's
my
see.
assumption that it would be him.
Who? Which one?
Carter. If it was anybody,
Carter.
I
Yes,
think it
yes,
would.
I think so. I mean, he
Yeah.
has the age. He just has the age, right? And so, it would have been doable. It would have been doable. So tell me, like, where did you guys even come across this band? How did it find you?
Well, we were dating for like a minute, and her friend won tickets on the radio. And so she invited me to go, or us to go. And we went, the four of us.
We had heard a few of his songs,
Yeah.
but not
like on
super
the radio,
familiar.
You know, they were kind of new
Yeah.
back then. It was like, it was 99.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they
What
weren't,
year?
you know, like super. It was 99.
99. Gotcha.
99, yeah. August 1999.
Yeah.
And we went to the show, and it was just the most amazing thing. And we just connected, and it was like we had known each other like a month.
But we totally fell in love that night and
Absolutely.
knew that we would get married.
Truly. Yeah.
And wow. We did. So it was like, and obviously you did, and it worked out. So what was it about the music? Because y'all weren't very familiar with I mean, you'd heard songs, probably hits and stuff, but like, what was it about being there live with the band that made you kind of like them more?
I think because I was with her.
It's so sweet. I swear. It was all the musicians, I think, all the different music, and that they were all really highlighted, you know, in every song almost, too.
Right.
Yes.
But in general, I would like harder rock music generally. And so this was
what were y'all listening to before this?
It was the 90s, so, you know, Stone Temple Pilots, you know, Pearl Jam.
Cool in the Gang was my first concert. And so for them to be inducted with him, that was really weird. So that was the kind of music that I would listen to. Sugar Hill and the Gang.
That was your first concert, right?
Yeah. Cool in the Gang was my very first concert I ever went to.
That's a pretty cool first concert. Wow.
Yeah.
What was your first concert,
and then
Al?
we saw what was yours?
It was 1980. And I went to see the Cars.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In New Haven, Connecticut.
What song does the Cars sing? I don't know off the top of my head.
Candio.
Don't sing it for us. Sing a little Candio? I don't know that song. Sing it.
I can't really sing that, but you know, it goes Candio, I love you so, like that, you know. You should look it up sometime.
I'm gonna write this down right now. Cars, because the only way I forgive me for not knowing this, but the only time I've used this word like outside of an actual car is the movie Cars, you know, like for the Disney Pixar film.
Oh, yeah. Pixar, Disney, whatever. Yeah. See, and our kids were grown up and we didn't have grandkids. That's funny.
Well, now you've given me some homework, and I'm totally going to look into them because I don't think I can ever get enough music. And even though we know that the Dave Matthews Band is like our favorite, we all still listen to other things. Now, I have had people on this show, and this is okay, that say they don't listen to anything else, and that's cool too. But like, I do listen to other things on a daily basis. Do you guys?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
He does. I really don't. And if I do, it's like Carole King or something that I want to hear, like for that, you know, time or something. Yeah. But as the music in general, no, just Dave, nothing else. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. And there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I definitely have my days or maybe even weeks where that's all I'll listen to. No, I wouldn't go that far because when I'm in the car, I'm very impatient. Like I want to hear what I want to hear right now. And so I've gotten really spoiled with picking my own songs. And again, it's not Dave. I have like these pump up songs that, and Dave has some pump songs, like, but there are also other like,
Yeah.
when we were talking about the 90s and you, I don't know how you guys were in the 90s, but like the 90s was also a really great decade for R&B, for rap, for country. Like there was some amazing things that happened in the 90s, and I fucking love 90s rap music. I love it.
Yep.
How about Rage Against the Machine? You like them?
I am aware of who they are. But and I think no. I never really went harder than like Soundgarden was probably as hard as I got.
Yeah. That's a good band.
So, but they were a solid band too. I mean, yes. And I love all the history behind that, behind that era and behind Soundgarden and how they were created by all these different people who ended up in other bands. It's like, it's so cool, but I dig music history. Do you guys in general like music history, and have you enjoyed getting to know more about the band since, y'all met them in 99?
He's not really. I like to find out facts about Dave because I felt like for a long time we were like fake fans who didn't know shit. And like we listened to his music and knew all the songs but didn't understand,
Our fandom had like an evolution about
right. Right.
Sure.
So like I have 2 books and I've read them, and just being part of so many groups and just learning a whole lot more.
Yes.
And just being comfortable, so cool. Even just talking to other fans, it's just taken on a whole new life.
Yes.
So after that first show we went to, she worked at a hospital, and she had a friend there who was an avid Dave Matthews fan. She went to so many shows. Yeah. Like they did a cruise ship. She did the cruise ship. Like she was into it.
Yeah, there was a Dave Matthews cruise. Have you ever heard about that?
I have.
Yeah, she was there.
I wasn't a part of that. I wasn't that cool when that was happening.
So being friends with her kind of like, blew us back into it,
Yeah.
More.
True.
And now she never goes and sees them. And she can't believe that we went to the gorge. She can't believe that we went to work. No, never now. Yeah. It's like she broke her husband. Her husband.
Yeah, he was polite and went along. He wasn't a fan with her.
Okay.
She really divorced Dave when that was her husband.
That's funny.
I mean, if given, my husband would never give me that ultimatum because I'm not having a love relationship with Dave. Like, it's not like I'm cheating. I'm like, I study his music, but I often compare what I do as far as like digging into history and talking to fans and gathering information about the fan world as if I were doing any other kind of research into something else. It's just what I do for my extreme hobby. And I don't think it's weird, but it has made me fall in love with the band even more. Like everything that I've put together, I'm like, have you ever seen those crime shows where they have like all the pictures hanging on the wall and then like the strings connect the connections, Dude, I would totally love to do that. Like mix up some pictures and I'm going to try to put this in a timeline order of the Dave Matthews Band. That sounds really weird, but I would dig it.
I've seen your notebooks.
You got to learn about something. So I'm going to learn about the Dave Matthews Band. Also, it's just a really nice break from, we all have careers and kids and grandkids and things that are beautiful and wonderful, but also super stressful. And so this is like the thing. And I think a lot of fans of the Dave Matthews Band or just music in general have found music as a place where they can go and be what they need, what they need to be at that moment. And so music is just, I don't ever like to call it an escape. It is truly like a medicine that I like take, and it just brings me back to my zero, where I just, it brings me right back. So tell me, so you went to the first show together, you fell in love at the first show. Yeah. Let's progress from there. Let's talk about like what's next. Like how quickly, like, if you knew you were getting married, like what did the timeline look like? And then when did you go to your second show? Like let's pick up from there.
We waited. Well, he wasn't just marrying me. I already had 3 children too, that were 4, 7, and 9.
Yeah.
And he took us all on, but it took him so 99, and we got married in 2001.
Yeah, we met July 4th, 1999, and then we got married in 2001.
Yeah. 10/19, the induction ceremony day.
Yeah.
Wow. You would tie everything to Dave Matthews Band, right?
Exactly. How cool is that?
To our relationship.
It sure is.
Yeah.
So you guys have been married for a long, like 23 years.
Yes.
Yeah, we just celebrated our
23rd.
Congratulations. That's a lot of hard work in itself. I mean, marriage is beautiful, but it is also work, right?
And
for sure.
Stepkids and all of that for somebody who doesn't have any kids at all. That's a whole added stress to the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I bring up it does. And so I bring up stress a lot because it's something that is, it's a normal part of life. We all will have stress at some point in our lives, and it's almost healthy to have a certain amount of stress. But when it gets past that healthy level, then that's when it can become not good, and a lot of people suffer. I know that, I have clinically been diagnosed with anxiety, and so I know the hard road about it. But I bring that up to say, with the kids and you coming into a marriage that, you had to learn how to be almost kind of a father figure, or at least a male representative in your home. You had to learn a lot of things quickly. You just got married. So then you're just kind of joining life together and trying to figure that out too. And then you've got work and you've got all of the things. And you on the other side are dealing with those same things as well. But then also you've got the added load of, the children, and like, moms just look at things a little different than dads. I have to say that. I think that's just how we're made. But like, how did music help you guys get through that? Was there ever some times where that just really got you through some times?
Oh, for sure. My oldest was addicted to heroin for 7 years, and, stole everything, this and that, everything. And I dealt with it with tough love, which, a lot of people don't do, and, meet them where they're at and everything else. But that's what I did. And so it was horrible to see him on the streets. And I sent him the lyrics. What album came out? It was, Kick Your Legs, Never Give Up.
Come Tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, I think it was from that album.
Sweet.
Yeah, Sweet. Yeah. And I sent him the lyrics for that. And that is like one of the things that he kept every single place that he landed, whether it be a bench or a shelter. Those lyrics always stayed with him. So that was one of the instances. Just at different times, different songs take on different meanings,
Oh, 100%.
Depending upon where.
And I don't know if you know this or not.
Yeah, for sure. In the beginning, it was Crush was a really huge song for just our relationship, because that's what we really fell in love to when we were dancing, and
Yeah, for sure.
It's a sexy song.
That was the same year as all the riots in Hartford. It is. It's a very sexy song.
That show was something. It's like they're out in the parking lot burning cars and stuff.
Yeah, it was the year of the riots.
It's crazy.
That first show. And who would think that Dave Matthews Band fans would It was insane. I just didn't even get it. It was nuts.
College students is what it was.
Yeah, long time ago.
Oh, yeah. 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 And, people still talk about that, if they're not connected to the music and they don't know anything about right now history, Dave Matthews Band, if they only know 1995 or let's go 1993, 1994, 1995 Dave Matthews Band, they're going to think only about, I've heard it a million times, I know you have too, the frat boys, the hacky sacks, blah, 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 blah. But that's how old we were. It was very appropriate acting for that time.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
They have evolved, and now, we are older. So no, I've yet to see a hacky sack at a Dave Matthews Band concert. Here's why. We're afraid to like our flips.
Yeah.
Back in Hartford, you'd see that.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
But not anymore.
But see, that all took progression too. We used to just sit in the car and get high by ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't tailgate because we didn't have friends who liked them.
Yeah, nobody liked Dave Matthews but us.
And we didn't know about any groups or how to meet people back then,
Yeah.
So we just like sat in the car. Yeah.
And you go in. Yeah.
And so that's taken on a whole new life. Like now we met people. We were tailgating in Hartford. And are you part of the Box Club?
Oh, I have gotten in trouble with the Box Club.
Well, yeah, me too.
That's one of those secret packages that my husband doesn't need to see. But I'm not
just like, oh, you brought me my Christmas gift. You brought me my birthday gift.
Right.
You brought me my Valentine's Day gift.
Exactly.
But anyways, we were in Hartford and we were actually tailgating, just the two of us. But we were cooking out. We were being cool this year.
Right.
And we saw this girl with the So Damn Lucky 3 times the green T-shirt that came in one of the boxes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, look, she's part of the Box Club. Right. Oh, see now, like I have this secret friend and this is so cool.
Right. She's
but
like
we
one
didn't,
of 100 people.
She didn't come down our aisle, so we didn't speak or anything. But then we were on the train going to MSG and here comes this girl and she has on a sweatshirt from the box. I go, oh, you're part of the Box Club. And I go, wait a minute. Were you in Hartford with a So Damn Lucky shirt on? She goes, yeah. I go, I remember seeing you.
Yeah.
And we just hung out at MSG.
Yeah, her and her friend.
That year, Ryan. And then we ended up going to the Gorge with them. And
other places in between.
Yeah, New Hampshire, SPAC. Yeah. And we ended up just getting so close just because of a T-shirt from the Box Club.
Yeah.
Insane.
Wow. I mean, if you've never heard of the Box Club before, I can't tell you a lot about it on this podcast. But what I will say is somewhere in the universe, there is almost kind of like a subscription service to Dave Matthews Band items, T-shirts, blankets, hell, picnic baskets, what you want, they got it. And you get a surprise however often in the mail. And it costs about $150. And honestly, it's worth it every fucking time. But I can't tell you about it.
She just let the cat out of the bag. You thought they were 130.
Well, the next one is 126.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
There's so much cool stuff.
But I got
out there, but it is.
Yeah.
What did you say you got?
Oh, I got a pin from the people from the Box Club. The ants marching pin that her daughter designed. But I got that as a tattoo. And when I was at the Gorge and she was at the Gorge, I got to meet her daughter and her daughter got to see her art on my leg. And so that was the best thing ever.
Oh, how cool. For
yeah,
her.
Charlotte.
She'll never forget that.
Excited about that. She won't. She's the cutest thing ever.
That's amazing. So at what point did you, so you've gone to your shows, you've decided, we love this band. At what point do you decide, hey, I'm going to travel across the country to see this band?
Hello, everybody. This is Dave Rich from the Eddie Casino Band out in Las Vegas. We're really excited to get this journey going, celebrating our music, our original music, on all platforms. We just released our first single over Labor Day weekend called Eddie Casino. If you're looking for new music, look out for our next single coming out to Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Apple Music. These guys in the band are really excited to get started playing music for you all. If you like Tom Petty, Zach Brown, Jason Mraz, Dave Matthews Band, Rob Thomas, Jimmy Buffett, Pink Floyd, Stapleton, Bare Naked Ladies, Goose, Billy Strings, Sting and the Police, a ton of influences that we bring to the table. Hope you enjoy our music and look forward to seeing you soon live on stage.
Well, it started slow. Like first we would just do Hartford, and then we'd like, oh, let's go to Mansfield. That's in Massachusetts, so it's not too far.
Okay.
We would do that, and then we discovered New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And Guilford. That's a great venue.
Beautiful.
That's our favorite venue for us.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
So we started going there every year. And then we just said, why don't we go to more places?
And so then we would try to go to a different venue every year. But we took like a hiatus with the kids too.
Right.
We didn't follow him.
Right.
It was like you would go once a year and that was that.
Yeah.
And if it was like 3, it was like, wow. This year I went to 13. He went to 12.
But
I went to my first
older,
without him.
Then we don't have to worry about family vacations anymore.
Yeah, right.
That's right. That's right. I mean, there's some perks about being to that almost grandma stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Grandma stage.
So as the years went by, I have more vacation time now. And so we would plan our vacations around what shows would fall into what weeks and stuff like that. And say what venue we're going to go to now, And so we kept growing and growing, and then COVID happened. We were going to go to the Gorge then, but
but then we said yes, and my back, but we still did it. I said, listen, nobody's getting any younger. Tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
The future is no place to place our better days.
Right.
So I said, damn it, we're going to the Gorge.
Yeah.
It's a once in a lifetime thing. And
now we go every year.
And now it's like Christmas. We do it every year. Well, so how did you get introduced to the Gorge? Like, do you remember, did someone tell you about it, or did you just kind of hear about it? Because it is one of those things that you definitely hear about if you start going to enough shows and talking to enough people.
I just looked on.
And what did you think about it the first time you went?
Part of the group. Well, being part of the groups, I just had such FOMO because everybody was posting pictures. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to be there. Look at these people cresting the hill and crying. I want to do that. Please, we have to do that.
Yeah.
And we had a jar and we would save money and everything.
But we would just look at the coming tour dates, and we would just look around and look up venues and say, which is the best venue, And then we would just say, hey, let's go check it out.
But we'll never miss the Gorge again.
No, that's.
And going to Europe, we had heard that there was rumors they were going to Europe. So we skipped last year's fall tour.
Right.
Banking on the fact that they were going to Europe. And, we're here on the East Coast. So we have both nights at the casino both nights in New York. And we skipped them.
Right.
Even though that was so hard in and of itself, because you see everybody posting and you just want to be there and everything else. And so we didn't do that. And then we decided to go to Europe. So we saw him London both nights, Dublin
and Paris.
Right. Yeah. It was amazing.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So tell us your experience there.
It was just the most amazing thing, truly. We had the best time.
The European shows were way, way different. And it's true that nobody yelled and screamed. And it was some of the best shows that we've ever been to, especially me. I'm 4'11", and you get behind somebody, forget it. You can't see anything. So, I don't know. I would kind of like the pit experience, but that's what scares me is I am so short that I'm just so afraid that I would get swallowed whole in the pit,
You would.
and not
I can
enjoy
guarantee
it.
you that you'd have to be real or not do it. And that's the only way it would work for you.
Exactly. And I'm a granny,
And
and I'm too old
honestly,
and
like I don't
decrepit to
like
be
to.
seen.
Ugh, yeah, you got to be
Yeah.
young and healthy and like in shape to be
Right.
prevail,
That's not
or
me.
you will die the next day.
Right.
So much commitment and standing and sweating and not going to pee and like this whole thing.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
But when we were going to Europe, I said, I just have a feeling we're going to meet somebody. We're bound to,
Right. Yeah.
I said, I really, really, really want to meet Jeff. I love Jeff. I really, really do. I used to play the
He's
clarinet, and I just think that Jeff's awesome. And he wrote a book, a kid's book, and I bought it, and I sent him a video of the granddaughter. Yes. I sent him a video of my granddaughter reading it, and he messaged me back and said, "Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy." Yeah, it's a children's book. Look it up. I forget the name of it.
Oh, I will.
Right now, and I don't have
write
it
down
here.
my homework assignment right underneath cars.
Yeah, for sure. So I was really, really wanting to meet Jeff, but then we were in Dublin.
Yep.
We were taking a walking tour of Dublin Castle, the Book of Kells,
Yep.
and Trinity College.
Yep.
And there's two other couples who actually, one of the couples that we met in Ireland, we sat right next to at the gorge by chance. And I said, "Were you in Ireland?" And she goes, "Yeah, we were on that walking tour together." Yeah. Can you, it's so crazy how you just keep getting.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, that was super.
It's just meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So there was 3 of us couples who had been to the show, and we're walking, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so starstruck. Did you see him? Did you?" I go, "Who? And they're like, "Dave." I said, "No." And I'm looking everywhere. I don't see him. I'm so sad. So sad. Here's my chance to meet somebody, and I don't. So we go through the rest of the walking tour, and it's all over, and we're leaving the garden, and we come out of the gate of Dublin Castle Garden. I'm like, "Oh my God, look, there's Dave."
Yeah. Here he comes with his entourage.
And he was with one guy.
There's more than
still an entourage.
He was with one friend, and that was it. And so I said, "Oh my God, here comes Dave." So I say, "Hey, Dave," like we're old friends,
Hey, buddy.
But I actually had on this shirt. And he had on like a hat from the Box Club that said something on it, and everything was Dave. And so he was just cracking up. And I said, "Oh, can we take a picture with you?" And he said, "Sure." I sent you a picture, but so when we're laughing,
right now, I want to live the moment with you.
When he's laughing, he's saying, "Well, don't you want to be in the middle of me and your husband?" And I look up at him. I'm like, "No, I just want my husband to go away." So that's what the laughing is about.
Oh my God. You know what? Y'all could not have had a better backdrop. What city was this?
I know. Well, no, that's not true, because after that, this girl posted that she met him in the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, that was
so props to her.
Yeah, that's probably
What? Wow. Well, if you're listening to this on a podcast app, just know that in order to see all these pictures that she's talking about, you have to watch the YouTube side of this video. It's simply under the Space Between podcast on YouTube, and all of the podcasts are there, so you can go and see your friends, see somebody. Hey, you know what? I've ran into them before, because sometimes names are hard, and I get that. But this way you can see everybody if you go to the YouTube channel. So if you do that, be sure to subscribe, like, do all the things that your kids tell you to do on those videos. And so I'm going to put up a picture of MJ and Al and Dave. Oh, and Dave, this is jacket scarf Dave.
Oh my God, so handsome. And then we were leaving, we said thank you, and he's like, "All right, little groupie, have a good rest of your day." And I was like, "Okay, bye." But I wasn't starstruck and stupid. But then he walked away, and I was like, "Did we just meet Dave?" And I'm looking at my phone, And I was like, oh my God, we really did. I have pictures right here to prove it.
Right.
You
And
did.
when
And I
we
know.
were taking pictures, this is what he was looking at when the guy
Have
took
a
the
nice
picture.
Dave. Yep.
He
Yep.
did.
I mean, Dave everything. Dave from head to
Yeah.
toe, literally.
Oh,
But you know,
it was too funny.
how
Yeah.
incredibly cool. So, I mean, what do you say when you meet Dave Matthews? What do you say to him?
What's up, everybody? This is David with the Dave Matthews Tribute Band. We're a nationally touring tribute to DMB, playing shows all over the country and beyond. Our goal is to bring you back to the classic sound that you fell in love with in the 90s and the 2000s, featuring a violin, saxophone, and maybe some keyboards sprinkled in as well. You can find out information about all of our tours and shows by visiting thedmtb.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram and other socials by searching the Dave Matthews Tribute Band or the DMTB. Hope to see you on the road and enjoy the Space Between podcast.
Well, he said, great show last night.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I think night 2 in London was better. I don't know why I said.
Because it was how you felt. And you know what? You had the balls to say it. And he probably appreciates that shit. Like, oh, cool. Thanks. You know, I didn't think that one was that good. And then you just confirmed it for him. You never know.
Yeah. And I didn't want to like sit there and chit chat and, you know, bother him.
Yeah.
After the fact, I thought, oh, I wish I had said, could I get his signature to get a tattoo? And it was, we were all bundled up. I want to say, oh, I have your boots. We have fire dancer, you know, but he couldn't even see any of my cool tattoos.
Yeah. It was early spring.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, I know that you sign up for this a little bit when you become a rock star, but do you think it's weird, or there's probably some weird elements? I don't know. I want to hear what y'all think, but when someone like shows a tattoo of your face or your whatever on their body, like I wonder if there's some parts of that are kind of like, oh, wow, thank you.
I think that would be bizarre. Yeah, I think that would be like, oh, okay. I don't have his face on me. I just have other representations.
Right. I've seen people with
but
the face.
I bet you
like,
you're
wow.
right. You know, some people do. Yes.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yes.
I
or even
swear
just
to
the
God,
one that I don't even really like. Yeah.
I had a girlfriend that
the gorge.
this was the one with the beard.
Sorry, Renee.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know it. It's cutting in and out, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, somebody had that as a tattoo. It's not even his face.
Wow. I mean, there's some commitment there.
Yeah.
So I had a friend that I was with in Dallas a long time ago. And she was like, hey, let's just go walk around. Wait, was it Dallas? No, we were in Denver. And so if you've never been to Denver, what is it called? Greenwood Village, I think is where it's at. Anyway, something like that. So it is right in the middle of the city. She was like, hey, let's just go park our car, walk around downtown, because, you know, people do, and let's just see if like we run into anybody. And I was like, cool. All right, let's do it. We have nothing else better to do. So this lady then tells me, we're like talking about, okay, what happens if you meet him? And I'm like, I'm just going to play it cool, man. Like, I don't want to be some weird, like, you know, fangirl.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be, I just want to play it cool. Be like, what's up, homie? You know, like be cool. I don't know. That would probably be really weird if I did that. But my girlfriend came back and said, you know what? I really just want to ask him if I can suck on his toes. And I was like, what? Are you joking me? You're joking me.
Oh.
She was dead ass serious. That was the question she
Oh my
wanted to ask. And I
God.
was like, you know what? I don't want to meet Dave with you right now. I do not. I need to be in a separate place.
Right.
Wow. That's so
Associated,
funny. That's insane. No,
Because he's
I
not
have
going
an
to be like, you
aversion
know
for
what?
feet. I
That
don't
sounds
even
amazing.
as much as some people would want him to say that, maybe. Not me.
That's for your dreams, baby. That's for your dreams if you're into that stuff.
But also
So
when we
let's.
were in Ireland, we had tickets to Manchester, but we sold them because I just got greedy and wanted to go to a ton of shows. But we really wanted to spend more time in Dublin to, just enjoy the country.
Right.
Yeah.
We
It's
figured
just so
while we're
beautiful.
here, let's like really put stuff up.
So
Exactly.
Javier bought one of my tickets.
Ah, the jewelry maker.
Javier bought. Yes, he paid for it in jewelry.
Yeah.
Al wasn't happy about that, but I certainly was.
I prefer cash. But,
But Hantis bought our other ticket to Manchester and our hotel.
That's how we met her.
Yeah, so we kept
way.
trying to hook up with her, but we kept missing her. So then at the Dublin show, she texts me and she said, MJ, are you in section C? And I said, yeah. She goes, turn around. She's literally the row behind us and the seat behind us.
Yeah.
No way.
Yep. So
What are
she
the
ended up
chances?
coming back. I know, hanging out with us for a while.
Yeah. We wandered around Dublin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she ended up going to SPAC with us. And somebody else that we had met at the Gorge last year, Patrice, she came in to New York and then back to Connecticut, back home. So that was super cool. I let Katie use my house like her East Coast hub for all of her shows.
She goes to everything.
Yes. Wow, she does. There's, I
And
guess
that was
it is.
show that I did without him was with her because Jones Beach was happening. And I was like, do you care if I go to Jones Beach? We just kind of really want to add it on. She kind of wants to see the venue,
And we had just gotten back from vacation, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
I had to work.
It was different being without him. That was the first show ever without him.
It is.
So
that
on
was
the
DMV
Club, I'm at 56 and he's at 55 now.
Uh-oh. You have to go to one without her now.
No.
Just to even things up. I don't know.
But just
so
the
it is different when your
friendships that
husband's
the
not
band
there.
had. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because Dave Matthews is for lovers, after all.
That's right. So is Virginia, Dave Matthews Band, like two things that are for lovers. Yes, I feel the same way because I obviously have been to shows without Justin, but my most favorite shows have been the ones with him there, just because I want to share those experiences with him. And I'm generally happier when he is with me. So it all just kind of works out for me and everyone else.
Right. I think he played and I just was so sad because I've never experienced that song live without him holding my hand, and I was like, I'm so sad.
Yeah, but not sad enough to have stayed home.
Not again. I'd probably do it again.
I mean, when given the opportunity. I mean, Justin knows that about me. He's like, yes, I want to be with you 100% of the time. I love it. It's so great. But am I going to go without you? Well, yeah, because you can't go to everything that I go to.
Yeah, no, Al's a good sport for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's you probably have things. Al, is there anything else that you're passionate about? Like, are you guys passionate about sports or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm a Jets fan. I'm a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Our youngest, that's our connection. We go to Jets games and see the Knicks, so that's fun.
Yeah, every year they do a game together, which is really nice.
Our birthday's in October. So go to a game, and then in the winter we go see basketball. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got
And we
your
just
things that you do by yourself or with a kid.
Yeah, with Shane.
Yeah. I always say concerts and sports are the same thing. Same kind of fans.
Yeah.
Travel in the world
Yeah.
to see their favorite team. And I always say the Dave
Right.
Matthews Band is my favorite team. Yes.
Well, here we wanted to bring a bunch of people to Hartford.
Yeah, like
And we were going to be on the
coworkers,
lawn.
family.
Yeah.
Oh,
All of the
yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
their
Try to
kids.
convert some people, you know?
And then he skipped Hartford this year.
Right.
Oh,
So
no.
I can't
Oh,
bring people
no.
any farther than
Yeah.
Hartford.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully 2025 will bring those dreams come true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard rumor that he wasn't touring.
Okay, so
I
I
hope that's
also heard that. I also heard that. So now here's the new rumor. Are you ready? Okay, well, this is not really a rumor. It was
He's
factual.
just going to be at
So I don't know where they're going to be, but not too long ago, Jeff posted or said something on either Facebook or Instagram or both. I don't know. And something about
'Cause I-
something about he was going to give tickets away. They could pick a show of their choice for the summer 2025 tour. So
Right.
I don't know, you know. I believe he's probably knows. And I don't think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
So I think it's happening.
I hope so.
I
But
do too.
just in case it's not, we added on MSG this year because you never know.
Yeah, because we did a lot of
That's
shows
right.
this year. When the fall and it's like, yeah.
You did a lot of shows this year?
Kind of like tapped out, you know? No more time, no more money.
Yeah, after the European tour
Well,
and
it takes money and
New
time.
Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah. It does. It does.
Yeah, those are some big tickets.
And now with the two
things,
dogs,
but also,
it's going to be different.
Oh, yeah, because you got a puppy. What did you name the puppy?
Sugar.
For Sugar Will.
Oh, yo, I haven't heard that one. I mean, I Sugar Will, I know what that is, but I haven't heard anyone name their dog Sugar for Sugar Will. That's so creative. I love it. Is your dog white?
Well, yeah, we wanted it
the color white.
She is a doll. She's black and white. She's a
she's like salt and pepper, but sugar instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It took me forever to remember her name. I was like, Sugar.
Because her name was Shadow. We rescued her.
Oh, yay. Well, that's not too far off. So she still got the shh. So she understood. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. See the boxer for sure. I can see that. Oh,
She's
precious.
so
Precious.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
So
Very
precious. I love dogs, but I could never. I don't know. Just my dogs. It's like a love-hate relationship. Like I love them so much. They're little, and you know what they say about little dogs? They're kind of assholes. It's true. It is true. I can confirm that. Or at least mine are.
Yeah.
But they're so cute. They get you back every time. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Right.
So what does the future
stuff, you know, all those other names. So that's how we really thought outside the box for that one.
I think that's perfect. I love it. And I would have never put Sugar as together with Sugar Will. So it sounds very normal. Like nobody would pick up on the fact that it's a Dave Matthews Band named dog.
Right. Right.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
You got it camouflaged a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our cat.
We had a cat recently who died named Leroy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, first we had just seen the Mr. Rogers movie, and we named this cat Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
But then when I go to the door, I was like, Mr. Rogers, Mr. Rogers. And I was like, this is not work.
No.
So then we called him Leroy. But then when we went to the vet, Al said, this is Mr. Leroy Rogers.
That's officially his name. So.
Yeah.
So that's his official name.
Yeah.
Yep, Mr. Leroy Rogers.
He's a dog trainer.
And they would say, Leroy. I go, it's Leroy.
Right. But this cat would literally herd our dogs around.
Yeah. It would take walks with the
Cats?
dog down
Yeah.
the street.
For real.
Yeah.
Dang, cats
Followed
can be
him.
like crazy.
Yeah.
She was
Wow.
So
I forgot about
speaking of camouflaging, it doesn't look like you guys are camouflaging your decor that much. Like I know, and I think anybody that walks into your house is gonna know that you like the Dave Matthews Band. So okay, I see some posters. Let's go through them because if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to see what they have. Explain to us what you got. Memorabilia
These are all print
of the Dave Matthews. Yeah, prints.
Right here is a Gray Street sign that I got her for, I think, her birthday.
Oh, into the
and
Gray Street. Oh, I love that.
But 1991 for the band, but 2001 is the other way, and that's when we got married.
Right.
Isn't he sweet?
What? Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Right? Oops.
Yeah.
I don't know how to move this.
No, that's awesome. So you got
And then
like
a lot of these are
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that the top one with the guitar and the boots, that's from Kevin, and that's what this tattoo is. Those boots, and it's my great flowers. He was right across from us at the gorge.
Yeah.
We get out of our camper, like, Kevin?
We were surrounded by friends.
Yeah.
Wow. He's so creative
I don't know where
and so good.
Thing.
I don't know. Some website.
But that's Crush. And these are all just other things. Oh, and then all my bracelets. I made it art.
Ooh, I want to see that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, so because it's like, what do you do with the bracelets? The 10,000 bracelets you end up with? Well, there people are doing some incredible things. And so show us what you did.
That one's from the gorge.
Wow.
And then this was this year.
Wow.
And then I have like puzzles that I had done.
Wow.
Oh, and then here's my other little shelf with all my Dave
give us the
stuff.
tour. I want to see everything.
This is really hard with a computer. I made that pig. I was selling them.
I love that.
This is our little van that we did for the first year that we went to the gorge.
I've seen
which was your first
people
year.
use those.
Yeah, not so good. This was us cresting the hill, which I'm so glad to have that photo.
No, we do bigger.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
This year when we went by ourselves, it was kind of different because we didn't get to get a lot of pictures. And then I have some monkeys from Patty and some other stuff. But this is the best. This is above the mantle.
Here we go. Oh, the dreaming tree with the fire dancer on it. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, my other pumpkins.
Gosh, you got a pumpkin with a fire dancer
Here.
on it.
I don't know if the light is over here. But these are really cool set lists from
Oh my God.
somebody who learned a whole lot of people on Facebook.
Nice.
So I don't even think she's out there anymore. But I was lucky and I got all those metal.
It's a metal. Oh my God. Those are incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that's my other wall.
I mean, so yeah, people know when they walk into your house that you love the Dave Matthews Band. It's like the first thing they know, like, oh, okay, you like a band.
Sure.
Does anybody
for sure.
Let me tell you.
I'm sure. Does anybody in your life, like work or family or whatever, do they just think this whole thing is ridiculous? Or do they understand like this was kind of like the origin story of your relationship almost?
What was the beginning of your question? You were breaking up, Renae.
Do people like your friends, coworkers, family, what do they think about the way you guys are with the Dave Matthews Band?
Well, you always get, well, you've seen him. How could you see him like a million times? And they don't understand that no song is ever the same. An 8-minute song can be a 14-minute song, can be a 32-minute song. It could be a song that you don't even remember what the fuck song you're in because there's so much in the middle of it. And then you're like, oh yeah, when it comes
out. It's the Dave Matthews Band Black Hole. It comes out somewhere.
Yes. My father, he died when he was 94, and he died 4 years ago. But he would always give us $50 to take yourself out to dinner, Mary Jean. Here's $50 when you see David Matthews.
David John Matthews. Yes. I'm coming to see you. And also the rest of the guys. Also the rest of them. Because I love Buddy. I love them all.
Yeah.
Equally. Yeah. I love them all equal. Well, I mean, yeah. It's like, do I? Yeah, yes, I do. I love them.
Well, if Julia can have favorites, so can we.
I mean, I feel bad, and I've never ranked them. I've never ranked them. Never would I, but I love them each because they are very different. Each one of them have, and I don't mean that in the sense of what music, like instrument they play, but like their personalities, like the way they communicate, all very different styles. And so it's really cool to see that.
But it's so cool that Tim can go out and he tours by himself, and that Jeff has his own album. Besides being so cohesive and so great together, they're so great separate. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think they're lucky to have us as a following because it only boosts them and moves them more. You know who I heard on the radio here in Connecticut on, what would you call 104? Like
a rock station.
I guess an alternative rock station is Miles Smith, who opened up for Dave
in London.
Wow.
No way.
And I said, geez, I think this is the guy for Dave. Yeah. And now he's on the radio here, and he's from over there. From you know that he got a huge boost from Dave.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think that Dave, like if Dave recommends anyone, people tend to check him out because it's a recommendation from a guy that knows music.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy. So if I walked up to you guys and I brought a friend with me who didn't know anything at all about the Dave Matthews Band, never heard of them, never anything, how would you tell someone about the Dave Matthews Band? Like, to kind of convince them to either listen to it or go see a show? Like, what are the words you would use?
Well, to go see a show, it would just be, you have to experience the family. It's not even Dave half the time. That's the draw. He's like the extra bonus. Yeah. New Hampshire, I love it so much, not just because it's so beautiful and it's a great venue, but the tailgating there, you see the same people every single year. It's so cohesive and just it like coming home. You come home every time you're at a show, no matter where it is. And so that's how I would convince to go to a show, is just, you want to feel love, like just go to a Dave show.
As far as like recommending songs, be based on like, what are they into? If it's a girl, I would probably like the lyric songs. If it's a guy, maybe more heavier song.
Yeah, but there's so much.
He likes all the songs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He cries at shows more than I cry at shows.
There's some songs that just really get me, like 27.
I get you.
I don't know, man. That song just makes me feel emotional.
Tears come down his face.
I'll admit it. It's true.
It happens.
That's a great song.
And it is. And it's funny because sometimes a song that you could have heard, 100 times, when you hear it the 101st time, it hits you different and creates like an emotional reaction in your body, and you're like, well, where the fuck did that come from? Because that's not a new song, but like in that moment, it was everything you needed it to be, or the message you needed to hear, or just like that trumpet. Like, have you ever had, I bring the trumpet up because I love the trumpet. Oh my God, I love it so much. And like, there are moments where he like plays the trumpet and I'm like, that was so fucking good. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That just that
You hear
emotion.
me
But
screaming in videos when it gets like that, so loud, when he puts the thing on the horn. Yeah. It's amazing.
It's so good. It's like this, for me, it's just like this intense energy that is just like, you feel like you're going to burst, you know, and it's just like, this is amazing. This is amazing. It's so good. And, you know, people have often described how we feel as an addictive feeling. And I always follow that with, well, it just feels good to feel good. And I think that's the draw, is we feel good when we're with these people or at these shows. And so, yeah, it is the music that brought us there, but it's the experience, the feelings, all the other things that you get at a show that you would not get from a YouTube video.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Something I think I would tell people too is like there's an emotional connection going to a Dave Matthews show. Like I've never experienced. I've been to so many different concerts, probably hundreds, I don't know, but so many different bands, you know, plays, all that stuff. And you feel like a connection to the band. The music just, I don't know, to the people around you. It's like, it's very unique compared to going to whoever else, you know.
It's
Pearl
true.
Jam
It's
or whatever,
true.
you know. I don't know.
Anybody.
At the Gorge this year, we met somebody new. What was her name? Stacy. I forget, but she was by herself.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she sat next to us, and I like watched her see, and people were like moving in on her territory, and she wasn't there. So I kind of threw my stuff there, like, no, just stay a little bit away and give her some space to dance.
She was sweet.
She was very nice. But the second night, she said, well, you're going to be in the same area. Can I find you? And so we spent 2 nights in a row with this perfect stranger who's now not a stranger and is now a friend.
Yeah.
You know.
She had just gotten divorced.
Yeah.
Her husband was the super fan of the couple.
Yeah.
And she decided, you know what?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to...
Yeah.
I'm going to the Gorge. And so she came all by herself.
Yes.
Yeah. That's huge.
You know, as weird as it sounds, in any... That, I could not do the Gorge by myself. And not knowing what I know, maybe do it if you didn't know, but you ain't going alone, or it's highly unlikely. That's wild. So guys, in closing, tell me, and I like to ask this question just because it is literally a line from The Space Between, the song. So what is it about the Dave Matthews Band? And I think you pretty much just answered this, but what is it that keeps you coming back for more other than the community? Like, what is it about this music that's had you keep, like, since 1999? That's a very long time. What keeps you coming back for more?
Just the meaning and the feelings and stories and memories that are shared between us with the music.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's
you guys have such a unique story.
For sure. Yeah. Lucky.
For sure.
Yeah, so damn lucky. And I like saying that, and I don't like saying that, because like the song itself, I believe, is like a car accident. And so, I say that, and then I'm like, oh, I don't like to say that, because it's not the happiest song or whatever. But your story is very unique. I love the fact that your fanhood really began together, because often that is not the case. Usually someone's already formed a relationship. They formed a relationship with the band, and then they found it because of the band, or there's one that does like it and one that doesn't like it. But your story is very unique. So thank you so much for just being willing to come on here and share your journey and be vulnerable to share your feelings about something that is making such a big difference in so many people's lives. And we want to document this, right? Like they have touched your lives, they've imprinted on your heart. And I think that that needs to be documented. So thank you for letting me continue to share all of your love and joy and appreciation for this band.
Oh, you're awesome.
Well, I don't know about that, but thank you. Well, guys, I hope that I meet you on the road one day. You never know what 2025 is going to hold. I don't think any of us are. Well, are y'all going to some of the fall tour this year, or did you say no to the fall tour this year?
MSG.
Yeah, the second night. I was going to say the last night, MSG, but now there's a third night at MSG.
Oh, I know, Sunday. So yeah, if you're listening to this and you have been a hermit under a shell today, the Dave Matthews Band posted everywhere, along with other musical artists, I suppose, but put out that they didn't put out any words. They put out a picture, and the fans have had to interpret that picture. And we have interpreted it to be that they are also going to play Sunday at MSG. So if you are going, either go home and watch it on Couch Tour or extend your trip. But it sounds like it's definitely something's happening. A fire dancer in MSG is happening on that Sunday. That's all we know. That's all we know.
All right.
So, but I hope I see you on the road. Like I said, we don't know what 2025 is going to do, but guys, thank you so much for sharing your story. And if you are listening to this or watching this and you're interested in sharing your journey with the Dave Matthews Band, you don't have to have loved this band since 1999 or even 2005. You could have just found this band in the year 2023. And I would love to hear why it is that this music perked up your ears and why you kind of held on and listened to more. So I'm after all of the stories. So like when I talked about earlier, making this documentary, whenever this form of the band is no longer. So of course, that means I need your help to document as many stories as possible. We know we have at least 30,000 fans of the Dave Matthews Band. That's like a running joke between fans is I think there's 30,000 of us. And so, hey, I'm after 30,000 stories and I'm up to like 160. So I have a long ways to go, which means I need your help. So definitely contact me on any of the socials basically that's all you have to do is just say, hey, I want to share my journey. And I go, okay. And I mean, it was just that easy, right, MJ?
Absolutely. Do it. I was so nervous about it. I've been watching you for a while, and this was so fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. You know what? It's just fun to talk with other people about Dave that also want to talk about Dave.
Yeah.
It's a win-win. Well, guys, until the next time, definitely stay tuned on all those socials. You never know who's going to be on the next episode. It might be somebody you know. So in the meantime, guys, peace, love, and Dave Matthews Band.
Take care.
Take care.